What's going on YouTube? It's your boy for the Star Conscience page, the YouTube channel. I'm Carolina Slim, aka Matthew Lennox. This is my first video. I just made this channel yesterday to give in-depth Cowboys content and talk about America's team, which is my favorite thing to do. So pretty soon in the future, there will be a Star Conscience podcast hosted by Carolina Slim. That won't happen for a little while because I'm just getting into the whole content podcast type of world. So just bear with me on that. I really don't know what I'm doing yet, so I'm kind of raw and uncut at the moment. But I just want to give some thoughts, recap of the first 3 days of training camp and what's been going on out there in Oxnard with our Cowboys, to all the Cowboys fans. So first and foremost, Dak is back like he never left. He looks great. He's moving around. His mobility looks excellent. His touch on the ball, the way he's finding receivers, he looks very comfortable. He looks like nothing ever happened to him, and that's of course key, because you can have all the offensive line you want, all the defense you want. If you don't have a quarterback, you don't have anything. So it's just great to see after everything he went through this offseason with 2 years of unsuccessful contract negotiations, losing his brother, dealing with depression and stuff like that, and to see him bounce back the way he has, looking like he never got injured. Dak is going to absolutely kill it this year, especially with a healthy offensive line and the best trio of receivers in the game, arguably, with Amari, CD, and Michael Gallup. So seeing Dak back slinging that ball around and being mobile with no issues, no lingering effects from that compound fracture and ankle dislocation. That's the most beautiful thing to see in camp, is that he was like he never left. Zeke, look, he's leaner. He's 218. He's been grinding all off season with Josh Hicks, the running back guru, working on his agility and his quickness with his feet. He looks absolutely excellent. He looks ready to roll after the only bad season in his career, regardless of what people tell you. They say he's been in decline for years. That's the dumbest thing ever. He had 2 rushing titles his first 3 years. The 1 year he didn't, he led the league in yards. 2019, first year's deal, 4th in yards, 4th in touchdowns, 2nd in all-purpose yards, 1st in 100-yard games. I mean, what are y'all talking about? He's been excellent every year except for last year. But there were a lot of circumstances. No Dak allowed defenses to really load the box against him with, no real threat in the passing game, because our quarterback play wasn't that good. Our top 3 offensive linemen missed 36 games combined. He had a calf injury they dealt with at the end of the year. He battled COVID. We all don't know how that affected him. So Zeke's back, and he's going to kill it. Tyron Smith is a cyborg. I don't know if y'all seen the pics and the videos of him. He's 308 pounds. He's an absolute freak. Nobody can do anything with him. They're not getting any pressure on him. Taking reps against him in camp, he looks excellent. And we all know that the last 5 years have been kind of rough for him on the injury front. He missed 3 games each year from 2016 to 2019, and missed 14 last year. So a lot of y'all out there were hoping that we draft his replacement, but when he's healthy, he's still arguably the best left tackle on planet Earth, and he's shown it again early in camp. So Lyle Collins, he's back. He looks excellent. He looks in shape. He looks ready to roll. 2019, he should have been a Pro Bowler. He was one of the best right tackles in the entire game in 2019. So, Zach Martin's back. I know he had a day off today, a veteran day, but You gotta expect that, going into his this is 8th year. Kind of hard to believe Zach Martin's in year 8. So with those 3 guys back, our offensive line should get back to being one of the best in the game. CeeDee Lamb, I mean, that guy's an absolute stud. I mean, he had some really, really great reps. I know he made an unbelievable one-hand catch in a rep against Trayvon Diggs. He's been working a lot this offseason. I mean, I saw videos of him, working on getting off the line real quick. He was even seen running routes in the sand. And that just shows you his dedication, even with playing with 4 quarterbacks and a banged-up offensive line. He almost had 1,000 yards. He set several records. So CeeDee's about to make a year 2 jump, and I can't wait to see that. Michael Gallup is a stud. He's playing for a new deal. I know we're all fearful that he might play his way out of Dallas, but I still think that they could bring him back, regardless if he balls out, because just having him with CeeDee and Amari is it's a lot. And going back to CeeDee, I forgot to mention this. They're moving him around a lot. Of course in the slot, but also letting him do jet sweeps and play on the outside, which I think that they also need to put Michael Gallup in the slot a little bit when they put CeeDee on the outside with Amari. So I really can't wait to see what our receiving corps does with a full year of Dak Prescott as an entire unit, because they only got 4 full games of that last year. I love the way they're using Tony Pollard. They had Tony Pollard in the slot. As y'all know, he played in the slot in college in Memphis. They moved him around a lot. And even on one play, when they put him in motion, Dak hit Zeke down the seam for a touchdown in practice. So Tony Pollard getting used a little more differently, having him and Zeke on the field at the same time, that's just going to make defenses, it's going to be a kind of a pick your poison type of thing. You already got, a 3-headed monster receiver, but if you can get Pollard and Zeke on the field at the same time, that's just going to make our offense that much better. Randy Gregory. Y'all. Whew. Have y'all seen what that guy's been doing in practice? That speed and that bend off the edge is absolutely ridiculous. I mean, he made Lyle Collins on one rep look like he had just started playing football. Like Randy Gregory, I wrote a piece that I think he's going to get 10 sacks this year. It's his full off-season program since his rookie year. What he's gone through, the way he's battled his mental health and getting his life turned around. He's had a full off season to get ready for this year. I really think he's going to break out, and I think he's going to be a double-digit sack guy, because he's probably the most natural pass rusher that we have. So Randy Gregory, man, I can't wait to see him light it up this year. Trayvon Diggs, like I said, him and CeeDee had a couple good reps. He actually got some pass breakups on CeeDee, and what I love that I heard from Trayvon Diggs today after practice was he said that he got his hands on 14 passes last year. He had 14 pass deflections. That led the team. The first rookie DB to ever do that for the Cowboys, if I'm not mistaken. He said, but I didn't get 14 interceptions. And he wants to make those opportunities count this year. So that's the kind of mentality you want from your CB1. And I can't wait to see him, because people got to remember, he got 3 interceptions and 14 pass breakups. Both led the team, and he did it in 12 games. He missed 4 games with a broken foot. So the sky's the limit for him. I also predicted that he was going to have 5 interceptions this year. He might have more than that. So Trayvon Diggs, I expect him to be better. Nashawn Wright, the 3rd-round pick, cornerback from Oregon State, I think that guy's gonna be a stud, man. 6'4", fluid, rangy. He made a play on a pass to Lake Turner on a zone read look. The anticipation, high pointing the ball. He made a really good play on a comeback route against Brandon Eagles, the undrafted free agent wide receiver on the sidelines, and he looks like he's really getting embraced by the older guys, Trayvon and Donovan Wilson and Kirsten. All those boys are right there, congratulating him. I think he's going to be one of the steals. He has a chance to be one of the steals of the draft. I know he was a very maligned pick by not just Cowboys fans, but by a lot of experts when he got picked by us, because nobody really had him on the radar. Most people had him as an undrafted free agent, but he's showing that it doesn't matter where you get drafted. It's about what you do with your opportunities, and he's taking full advantage of them. So Nahshon Wright looks like a steal. Micah Parsons. This guy is a Swiss Army knife. He got drafted as an off-the-ball linebacker, but he's been spending a lot of time going back and forth from the linebacker groups to the defensive line groups. They're using him a lot in pass rush situations. Today, he even, not only did he rush from the edge, they had him rush from the defensive tackle spot. And he's Mr. Do-It-All. Like, he's our all-purpose guy. Like, I think he's going to emerge as the new young leader of this defense. He has an energy that's infectious. He has just a stock tool bag of skills. And going back to Randy Gregory, him and Parsons and Gregory, I love the extra time that they're putting in with Dan Quinn before and after practice, working on reps, working on techniques. Even Tyron Smith stayed after practice and was helping Parsons. So Parsons is just, man, I know most of us thought it was going to be Surtain or J.C. Horn, the cornerbacks, as the pick, but when they got taken and we went back 2 spots and got Parsons, a lot of people didn't like that, but I told him, I said, he's the best defensive player in the draft, and he can do so many things. So he's going to be just a beast this year as a rookie. I think he's going to make a lot of plays and he's made our defense that much better already. Boss man fat, Kelvin Joseph, he's showing a little bit of life. I know he had kind of a rough start to the off season. It was reported that he came in kind of out of shape for mini camp. He missed some time with he was quarantined for 10 days with COVID protocols, I'm assuming, and there's been questions about his commitment off the field, that maybe he doesn't take it so serious, but he's been looking pretty good. They said he had some good reps in the slot against CD, and that's big because CD is just an absolute killer. We all know what he did in the slot last year. So Kelvin Joseph, the 2nd round pick cornerback, we really need him to step up and be big and make some waves and stuff like that. So shout out to Kelvin Joseph. It's a whole lot of good things going on. Oh, and also Noah Brown, our 4th or 5th receiver. He's having a really good start to camp. A really good start. It's a contract year for him. So he's really showing that he's not gonna give his spot up. He made a couple plays against Trayvon Diggs. He's made some plays against some other guys. So Noah Brown is really showing that he wants to be a part of that receiver group. So and the more receivers, the better. We already got a 3-headed monster, but for every really good receiver you have, you want to have somebody behind them too. So if you're going to have 3 really great ones, like Amari, CD, and Gallup, you need to have 3 good backups behind them, and he's looking really good. Cedric Wilson's made some plays. So I'm really excited to see what these receivers can do with a full year with Dak Prescott healthy and all those guys playing together. So it's really encouraging to see some really good things early in training camp. I know it's just the first 3 days, and it doesn't matter until you really put the pads on and start hitting when the preseason and all that, when guys really get those game reps and stuff like that. But the boys are off to a good start. Oh, also Donovan Wilson, he made, everybody know he did last year. He was a stud. He had that great start to the 2019 preseason. As a rookie, he led the whole preseason with 3 interceptions, but he had the ankle injury, and just, I guess with the old coaching staff, he just could never really, get his feet wet. But last year he got his chances and he balled out, and he looks really good. So it's a lot of excitement, man. The Cowboys are back. Football is officially back. The offseason is over. It's football from now all the way to February, and Cowboys are, they got some good things going. So it's early. God forbid. Let's pray and knock on wood that injury bug does not hit us like it did last year, because it crushed us in 2020. So there's a lot of positive things. I know there's some things I'm probably leaving out, but I just wanted to make a short video, man, and get this content, YouTube, podcast type of thing rolling. So let me give a couple of shout outs to my inspiration for this channel and dipping into the podcast and content world. First of all, a shout out to my brother from another, Patrick No C Walker. You can find him on Twitter at Voice of the Star, NFL writer for CBS Sports, and also KD Drummond, my main man over at Cowboys Wire. You can find him at KD Drummond NFL. Their inspiration, with the Catch This Fade podcast, which is, the best thing cracking out there. I appreciate both of you, with, your help with my writing journey over the last 2 years with Pat, and the last year and a half or so with KD. You guys have really helped me a lot and helped me grow as a writer, and seeing the content that you guys put out about the Cowboys and the in-depth and the way you guys break things down, it's been really an inspiration. So thank you guys. My man Jay Tuck, at Jay Tuck 151 on Twitter, with the CFO Cowboys Only channel. I've known him for a few years, and as far as just the YouTube channel part of it, he was my biggest inspiration, because I saw how he built his from the ground up. So shout out to Jay Tuck, my man Skywalker Steel over at Cowboys Network, and the Skywalker podcast show. Also my man John Williams over at Inside the Star, with what he does with Sooners Wire. My man Nix, my man Big Game Yates, all those boys that are out there, podcasting and giving content. Boss Cowboy at Boss Cowboy Sports, West Coast Cowboy, all y'all, man, y'all all played a big part in me wanting to get into the content world. So thank y'all for the inspiration. It's go time, and also, as you see, no off season. Hard hitters, shout out to the hard hitters, man. If anybody, all Cowboys fans, if you're interested in joining the biggest and best Cowboys movement in the entire world, you can hit me up on Facebook, Matthew Lennox, that's Lenix. We are in about 15 states. We've got several international chapters. The main states, of course, Cali, Texas, Georgia, but we're all over, Vegas and, stuff like that. So Italy, the UK, we got so many fans that we've connected with over the years. So if you want to be a part of the biggest Cowboys movement there is, no off season, 365. We don't just get together and watch Cowboys games and do tailgates. We give back to the community. We do food drives, toy drives. back to school drives, feeding the homeless, all that type of stuff. So if you're interested in that, you're a Cowboys fan, hit me up on Facebook, Matthew Lennox, and I can point you in the right direction. Yeah, man. Football's here. We are back. Cowboys fans, we are back. If you want to, read any of my stuff, like I said, I've been writing for a few years. You can find me on Twitter at Star Conscience. I know a lot of people can't spell conscience. You can look on the channel. It's the words con and science put together. So at Star Conscience, you can find my work, Matthew Lennox, at Inside the Star, Cowboys Wire, and NGSC Sports. Shout out to Bryson Treese, KD Drummond again, and also my man Ralph Garcia over at NGSC Sports for giving me the platform to let my talent and voice be heard to the world. It's been an amazing ride the last few years. I'm more than thankful. Thank you guys. But yeah, man, we're back, Cowboys fans. We have a really good chance to be really, really, really good this year, regardless of what the haters say. When we're healthy with that roster, this new coaching staff, specifically Dan Quinn, his energy and how hands-on he is with the defense, spending the extra time, like I said, with guys like Micah Parsons and Randy Gregory, we got a chance to be real special this year. So it's only the beginning, man. We got a whole lot more to go. We're just 3 practices in the training camp. So I appreciate everybody that subscribed so far. Hit that notification bell for content whenever I load videos. Like I said, at Star Conscience on Twitter. You can follow my writer page on Facebook, Matthew J. Lennox. Like I said, Lenix. And all the sites again, Inside the Star, Cowboys Wire, and NGSC Sports is where you'll find all my articles. So I appreciate the support. Bear with me. Like I said, I'm just kind of winging it right now, getting into the podcast and content world. The Cowboys Conscience podcast, hosted by Carolina Slim, that's what they call me, will be coming sometime in the near future once I figure out all the ins and outs of all this stuff. So thank you for the support. I just want to shoot a quick video to start things off. I'll be giving y'all a lot more as I get more into it. So thank you. Salute. Go Cowboys.